teachers and students understanding learning. Yes, sir, I'm with my wife.
So why don't you connect to your mobile, please, ma'am? You please connect to your mobile phone.
Range of expert time and among students. Second, it means no means in talk, but again, sir, I connect to both are connected. Both are connected. कट कट क्या हो रहा है
Hello. Okay, really it is unfortunate that we are having some technical problem for which we failed to connect to Ma'am Kharwar. So please bear with us and wait for a few moments. I hope that we will be again be connected to our network. Hello, am I audible? Hello, can you hear me? Hello. हाँ मैं तो वही कर रहा हूँ दैट आई एम टेलिंग बट मेरा तो कुछ सुनाई नहीं दे रहा है लोगों को प्लीज कनेक्ट टू माई मैं लाइन में ही हूँ हाँ आप लाइव में हैं ठीक है सुनाई दे रहा है एम आई ऑडिबल टू यू ऑल एम आई ऑडिबल हेलो yeah it is really unfortunate that we have some problem in technology we have some technical problems for which we failed to contact to continue our contact connection with Dr. Poonam Kharwar. So I hope that in few minutes we may be resolved to our problem anyway. So today's topic was really interesting that nowadays, as you know, because of the pandemics, we are finding a lot of difficulties in conducting our examinations. You must be listening to Doordarshan every day. There is a discussion about the JEE NET examination, etc. and etc. There is confusion among the students about the conduct of examinations, but our Honorable Apex Court is not in favor of cancelling the examinations. Because without examination, we cannot guess, we cannot judge the potentialities of the learners. That's why examination is a must. But there are some people, some organizations, some educationists some students, some parents, some guardians, they are objecting to this particular problem because of this pandemic situation. Because of the COVID-19, we are facing a lot of difficulties in day-to-day life. And in this pandemic situation, how to appear at the examination, how to organize the examination, it is in fact a problem both for the organizers as well as for the beneficiaries. Because you see, we have to find out some alternatives, because this pandemic will continue, no doubt about it. Because we cannot say, we cannot assure anyone that the pandemic will be over in a few months or few days or few years like that. It may continue for, I don't know exactly what will happen, but still then, as we have to continue with our living, that's why we have to continue with our system of education, and we have to continue with our examination. Education without examination is half done, it's not complete. So therefore, examination is a must. Without examination, we cannot judge the potentialities of the learner. That's why examination, we have to have examinations. And we are fortunate enough, in fact, to listen to Dr. Kharwar about the use of technology for assessment of learning performances. Anyway, she's trying her best. I hope that in few minutes we'll be able to connect to each other, and I hope that we'll be able to listen to her. But as we all know, there are different types of online examinations continuing nowadays. Even before the pandemics, as you know, that there are certain organizations, those who were conducting examinations through online. There were online tests, there are online viva voce tests, online examinations. Such things are being continuing before this pandemic situation also. So if we think deeply, I hope that this technology can help us in sorting out our problem about the assessment and the examination. And let's hope for the best. I hope that in our research, our study, our experiments will not go waste, and shortly we'll reach at a conclusion, we'll reach at a solution that how to use our technology, available technology, for the conduct of examinations. I'm sure that Dr. Kharwar must be with some proposals for which it would have been beneficial to us. But anyway, we have to find out the solutions, we have to find out the substitute, so that we can have we can have education, process of education, along with, at the end, we should have the assessment or the examination. And I am sure that this pandemic situation and the efforts of our educated mass will not go waste, and we will definitely reach at the conclusion to find out some ways and means of examination in this pandemic. As you know, we are conducting classes regularly. We are conducting online counselings. We are conducting, doctors are conducting online, say, prescription, online treatment to the patients. Nowadays, and we are also asking for different commodities of our requirement through online approaches. So many things are being conducted nowadays through online. Online में सब कुछ हो रहा है, तो why not the examination? We can have the examinations online also. So, but the thing is that we have to be technologically sound enough. We have to orient our beneficiaries, I mean both the teachers as well as the learners, to be acquainted, to be ready to handle these equipments, these electronic devices, so that we can suitably or successfully complete the process of education along with the examinations. Let's now wait. I hope that Dr. Kharwar will be able to connect to us in short time, and I'm sure that we will be able to listen to her about her views on the use of technology for assessment of learning performances. Because as you know, yesterday I was listening to a Doordarshan channel, and there the experts were talking about different ways and means. One expert has very decently told that to assess the students, it doesn't mean that we'll just have questions which can be answered through by writing the answers, not like that. We can ask free questions like that. What's your views about the pandemics? What is your views about a particular situation? And what is your imagination about the future? Like that. Many questions which can exhibit, through which we can know about their what you call creative potentialities. And through those creative potentialities, we can make assign assessment of their future performances. I hope there are number of ways if we all will think of it, and I hope that we can find out best possible ways of conducting examination or conducting evaluation or conducting assessment tests for our learning performances among the learners. And I hope that this pandemic will teach us different ways and means we can learn about those procedures, we can learn about those techniques, so that we will not be afraid of examinations at any point of situations or any point of time. We will go on continuing our education, we'll go on continuing our examination, and we'll go on to proceed in the process of our education. So nothing can block us, nothing can prevent us out of that. Okay. Now let's see that how much that Ma'am Kharwar has proceeded in her reconnection. Let's see. Let's ask. Okay. Let's know about what you call their procedure and about the faculty. This faculty development program, as we know, that we had almost 6 days. Today is the 6th day is continuing, and we will be completing this continuing faculty development program tomorrow. And if we analyze our achievement in last 5 days, excluding today, we had our discussion on the first day about the behavioristic approaches to teaching and learning. In the behavioristic approaches to teaching and learning, Professor G.C. Nanda, the former Dean of Education, Dean Ravenshaw University, Odisha, has very decently narrated, decently explained about the behavioristic approaches. We have a lot many experiments conducted by different behavioristic psychologists, physiologists, and they have given a lot of ideas about the teaching learning process. On the next day, we had our discussion with Professor Deepak J. Masru, Assistant Professor, Marwadi University, Rajkot, Gujarat. And Dr. Masru has given us good ideas about the alternative techno-pedagogical approaches to classroom transaction. He being a man of technology, man of language, literature, he had given his constructive ideas about the use of technology in the process of classroom transaction. Okay. So in the classroom transaction, we can transact our everyday, day-to-day affairs, day-to-day business through technology, and he has also given a lot of ideas about that, and he has talked us about the use of technology. It may be, sometimes we think that it's PPP, what we call PPP mode. That is what we call what is that? That is called as PowerPoint presentation, PPP, PowerPoint presentation. Only PowerPoint presentation in technology is not just enough. Technology, use of technology can help lot many problems of ours. And to follow up, to continue with this, we had on the third day, we had a very nice talk contrary to behavioristic approach. That the behavioristic approach, as it has been narrated on that day, on the third day, by Professor Harihar Sarangi, former head in the School of Education, GM University, Sambalpur, in which he has a very nice thing that he has told, that the behavioristic approach are basically conducted on the animals. Man is not like an animal. man is altogether different or somehow or other different from an animal. So man being a different entity all through. So naturally, so the constructivist approach that is much beneficial to us, because you see that in constructivist approach, so the paradigm shift of behavior to knowledge, and it gives emphasis on the child centered or the people centered approach. So learning, teaching and learning should not be teacher centered, rather it should be child centered, it should be student learner centered, so that the learner's interest can be given priority and the learners can learn with their need, with their interest, so that nothing can be, the waste of education can be minimized. Once a learner is interested for a particular thing, naturally you will see that we can minimize the wastage. अगर आपको खाने के लिए दिया जा रहा है और बुफे सिस्टम में अगर आप खुद खाना चूज कर रहे हो, कुछ खाना ले रहे हो, तो नेचुरली व्हाट हैपेंस that the wastage of food is less. Similarly, if the learner is given this opportunity of learning by himself, by herself, so naturally you will see that the wastage of education will be minimized. Whatever interest that a child has, that will be reflected in her selection of topic, selection of education. So, and the next to it, we had on fourth day one very important discussion with professional development of teachers in global perspective and exposure to professional enrichment, which was presented by Dr. Ismail Muhammad Jen, former excellent lecturer of Malaysia Institute of Teacher Education. Malaysia teacher education का जो है former professor, he has very decently told and decently explained about our National Pollution Education 2020 published by Government of India. He was very happy with the expectations and the, what do you call, the involvement of Government of India in preparing the National Pollution Education 2020, in which the government has emphasized on the generation of creativity among the learners, and the innovatives. He has also stressed on the teachers to learn the better ways, innovative ways to teach, and content knowledge with best classroom practices. It must be practiced by the teachers, so that the learning process will be effective one, and most of the students will be benefited out of it. And the students' interest must be taken into consideration, and education should be associated with life skill, so that the wastage of education can be minimized. Then the next thing that we have, yesterday we had one very important talk given by Professor Ramakant Mohalik, in which he has discussed about the appropriateness of using technology in classroom teaching. Effective classroom management using technology. The topic was presented by our esteemed professor of Regional Institute of Education, Bhubaneswar, Mr. Ramakant, Professor Ramakant Mohalik, in which he has talked to us about his views on the effective classroom management using technology. The presentation of Professor Mohalik was on the needs and the effective use of information and communication technology with the content and the pedagogical knowledge for the best classroom practices, with special reference to pandemics. He is all experienced with the how to handle the system of education, starting from school education to higher education in this pandemic. And out of his experience, he has shared lot many activities, lot many experiences for our welfare, for our benefit, and he has presented the effective use of technology in the sound classroom management. That's a good gesture on his part. So today we are in fact on the way to to learn about the using technology for assessment of learning performances. It was too specific, it was too important, so as to this pandemic situation is concerned, how to have effective classroom practices to test the performance of the learners. because as I have already told you repeatedly that without testing, without examination, the process of education cannot be completed. We cannot discriminate good from the bad or bad from the good. So therefore, examination is a must. As teaching is important, similarly, examination or evaluation is also important. Assessment is also important. Therefore, and we were on the way to discuss about to know lot many things about the assessment of learning performances with the use of technology, which was undergoing by Dr. Punam Singh Kharwar of Banaras Hindu University. But because of the technical problem, because of the technical faults, we were on the way. We had been disconnected from the views from the views of Dr. Kharwar, and still the technical persons are on the job, and I hope in short periods, in short time, we'll be able to again reconnect with Dr. Kharwar, and we'll be able to listen to her about her views, about her experiences, about her thoughts in the use of technology for assessment of learning performances in this pandemic situations. Because as you know, that every now and then through different channels, different medias, both print and electronic media, and it has been being discussed, and every time we are listening to it that about the dangerous situation arising due to the pandemic situation because of the COVID-19. So we are finding a lot of difficulties, and life is becoming day by day, very difficult so as to the teaching learning process too. And you see that in most of the states, the educational institutions are closed.
But
Hello, I hope Dr. Kharwar is connected with us. Let's see. Hello, am I audible? Hello, is Dr. Kharwar connected to the system? And from out of the 7 days of this faculty development program, including today, we'll be able to complete the 6th day or 6 days of this program. And I have just briefly pointed out about the last discussions of 5 days, starting from the say what we call behavioristic approach to hello. Okay, if she will be audible, it will be all right. If she will not be visible, also chalega, but she should be audible to everyone. अच्छा तो ठीक है so okay so then let's stop this program for today, and we'll have our program tomorrow. Okay tomorrow we can end up the program today, and please talk to ma'am if she will be able to connect tomorrow we can start at 10:30. That will be better, I hope. You please ask them, and accordingly we inform in the group. Okay, so that we can have it from 10:30. She can talk to us about 30 to 40 minutes, and after that we will start our last day program. Okay. Thank you. Please carry on. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Okay. So because of this is the problem of technology. Sometimes technology gives us a lot, but whenever technology is failed, So we lost a lot also. So today, hopefully, we'll be missing out the experiences, sad experiences of Dr. Karwar. I hope that tomorrow we'll be able to contact her. We'll be connected to her, and tomorrow, I hope whatever she has left out to discuss with us, to share with us, can be completed tomorrow. With these words, I thank you all for your patience, for your long cherished, what you call, well wishes with us, so that we are continuing our program. Thanks a lot. Tomorrow we will be meeting hopefully by 10:30 a.m. tomorrow. Tomorrow being the last day and the valedictory day of this 7 days long faculty development program. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much.
For today's session. Nine bucks per kilo red color. I will meet tomorrow. No.